With WWDC, we hope to build on that momentum.
For the last 2 years, one question kept coming up. Why is Apple so far behind in AI? While Google launched Gemini, OpenAI launched ChatGPT, and Microsoft added AI to almost everything, Apple stayed unusually quiet. And honestly, Siri had become frustrating to use. Imagine asking Siri, "Remind me about the restaurant Rahul recommended last month." Most of the time, Siri wouldn't know what you're talking about. It could set alarms, it could make calls, but compared to ChatGPT and Gemini, it felt outdated. That's why WWDC 2026 was such an important event for Apple. The company needed to prove that it could still compete in the AI era. And then came the biggest surprise. Apple is working with Google. Yes, Google, the same company Apple competes with every day. Instead of building everything alone, Apple decided to use Google's Gemini technology to help power the next generation of Siri. For Apple, this is a huge change. Think about it like this. Imagine a student who always insists on doing every project alone. Then suddenly, for the most important project of his life, he teams up with his biggest rival. That's exactly what Apple has done. Apple created a new AI system. Simple tasks run directly on your iPhone. More difficult tasks are handled by Apple's secure cloud servers. According to Apple, your personal information remains private and is not stored. But the real star of WWDC was the new Siri. And this Siri is very different from the old one. Imagine your friend sends you a restaurant recommendation on WhatsApp. A few weeks later, you forget the name. Now you can simply ask, "Siri, what was that restaurant my friend recommended last month?" And Siri can find it because it understands information from your messages, emails, photos, and apps. It can also understand what's on your screen. Suppose you're looking at a flight booking. You can ask Siri questions about it without copying and pasting anything. Point your camera at a restaurant menu. Siri can help split the bill. Point it at a food package. It can tell you the nutritional information.
There we go, there's the schedule. Now check this out.
For the first time ever, Siri even has its own chat interface, just like ChatGPT and Gemini. Apple is no longer treating Siri as a simple voice assistant. It's becoming a digital assistant that can actually do things for you. Apple also announced macOS 27 called Golden Gate, and there's a catch. Old Intel Macs are no longer supported. Only Macs powered by Apple Silicon can run these advanced AI features. Why? Because AI needs a lot of processing power. Think of it like trying to play a modern AAA video game on a 10-year-old computer. The hardware simply isn't powerful enough. And that's where the controversy begins. Not everyone gets these new features. Only newer devices like the iPhone 15 Pro, iPhone 16 series, and iPhone 17 lineup support Apple's latest AI tools. Millions of older iPhones are left behind. And there is another problem. These AI features won't launch immediately in China or the European Union because of regulatory concerns. So even though Apple built its biggest software upgrade in years, many users won't be able to use it. Then came the emotional moment. Near the end of the keynote, Tim Cook appeared emotional on stage. After leading Apple for 15 years, he is preparing to hand over the CEO role to John Ternus. It feels like the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. For decades, Apple's biggest innovations were physical products. The iPhone, the iPad, the Mac.
Usage, CPU utilization, networking operations, display rendering. I could go on and on.
But now, the future is something you cannot even see. It's artificial intelligence. WWDC 2026 was more than a software event. It was Apple's attempt to prove that it still belongs in the AI race. The big question now is, did Apple just save itself, or is it already too late?